Hello, my name is Barbara Kay, and on behalf of my co-host Susan Pertnoy and the Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County, I'd like to welcome you to our program, Mosaic.
Our focus today is the Center of Excellence for the Care of Our Seniors, MorseLife. We'll be back with our program and our guests after this brief message.
They say that caring for the elderly is a profession of the heart. As the Director of Home Health Care at MorseLife, I know that to be true. When I see an older person feeling safe and secure at home, I know I've done my job. To make a difference, to show compassion, dignity, and respect, it's not just our job, it's our mission.
MorseLife Home Health Care.
MorseLife Health System, honoring senior living.
When I was young, I went to Jewish summer camp, traveled to Israel, and participated in leadership development groups. Today I'm teaching my children that being part of the Jewish community helps keep our heritage and traditions alive and vibrant, and can be fulfilling, exciting, and fun.
At the age of 90, I started a second career, delivering meals to homebound seniors. Because I'm a senior myself, I know how tough it can get. If somebody is in trouble and needs help, we need to be there for them. As Jews, it's who we are. It's what we do.
When my family needed help, we turned to the Federation, and they were there for us. How good it was for us to know that we are not alone.
Community, like every gift, counts. Together, we can ensure a vibrant Jewish future. Federation and you, changing the world together.
Right now, the Kaufman-Backler Challenge Grant is matching dollar for dollar new and increased contributions to Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County's 2016 annual campaign. Visit jewishpalmbeach.org/contribute to make your contribution now.
Keith Myers, President and CEO of this most remarkable MorseLife building and situation and whatever you want to call it. You are covering the community. This is amazing. Tell me, what gave you the impetus, in a sense, to develop something for, let's say, the next decade?
Well, 6 years ago, we became aware of a demographic study that was performed for the entire state of Florida. When you focus on Palm Beach County, one of the most amazing statistics is that the senior population in Palm Beach County in the next 10 to 15 years is going to triple. And
Triple? Wow.
And because of that influx, some of the trends that are associated with it is that the need for short-term rehab and the need for independent living is going to double. The demand for assisted living is going to triple, and the demand for home and community-based services is going to increase by 800%. Because of those startling facts, the board of directors and the management team got together and decided that they had to reposition this campus for the future. So what we did was a 4-phase transformation capital project. And of course, we're sitting in the first phase right here, which is the Sandra and David Mack short-term rehabilitation facility.
That's where we're sitting right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you know something, the whole country is having a problem with aging. They don't know what to do with the aging population or how to deal with it. You have developed a concept here that is quite unique. I mean, it's just the beginning, really, of where I think you're going to be going. But how do you develop your ideas? I mean, where do you get the concept to build, let's say, the David Mack Pavilion, or the new one that's coming up with the Petra and the Levin?
Independent living?
Yeah. Where do you come up with those ideas?
Well, you know, we have to really be on top of demographics. We have to know what the market share is, and we have to be prepared to be able to meet this type of influx. So with all this information, we have to manage it, and we have to strategically plan for the future. So with all the facts that keeps coming to my desk and working with our board of directors, we finally figure out what we can do, how or if we can afford it, and what is best for the community.
Yeah, what do you find is the biggest challenge actually, literally here, to cover in terms of needs?
I think the biggest need right now is the development of memory care service lines. As we just opened in June a memory care pavilion, which you'll see today in the program. And we took the oldest building, which is 35 years old, and we reconfigured the space into a 52-unit assisted living for memory impaired residents and added 30 new nursing home beds for dementia care. But at the same time, the entire community is going to age, and the need for more, such as advanced dementia care, is going to be very important for this community. So that is definitely a challenge, but it's something that I'm focusing on, because as you can see throughout this campus, we have an entire continuum of care. We are lacking the ability to provide advanced dementia care, but that is in our strategic plan.
You know something, that's got to be horrendous. I mean, the caregivers themselves need assistance. That's a very, very difficult period to go through, and I don't know where you find the the opportunity to help that or change that.
Well,
I mean, how do you?
We do a lot of training.
You do?
We do a lot of training throughout the entire campus. We have one department that has grown from 2 people to 12 people that deal just with education. And we really focus, I have to tell you that I believe in hiring the best in the entire country. And I have searched for really one of the best people who run dementia units, and you'll meet her today in the program. Her name is Stephanie Frazier, who is the executive director of the Tradition of the Palm Beaches, the Tower, and also our new memory care. And she came from St. Louis, and I really did a national search for her. So once you hire the best of the best, then you bring education so you can make sure that the frontline employees, the nurses aides, the clinicians, all understand the philosophy about caring for people with certain type of disabilities. And I have to tell you that when you go to the memory care unit today, you will see that it's designed beautifully to promote the importance of quality care for people who are suffering from Alzheimer's, but also what you will see is the philosophy that we have embraced in caring for people with dementia care, incorporating the importance of sensory stimulation. When you go to the memory care pavilion today, you'll walk right in there and you'll see an open air kitchen. We have a dedicated chef that works there from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock every day who cooks breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's just like you're living in your own home. If you're visiting with a loved one, you can get a cup of coffee. If they're making a strudel, you can get a piece of strudel if it's not during one of the main meals. And it's just a nice way because that smell of cooking is throughout the entire unit. In addition, we have spent a lot of time and a lot of resources in developing a beautiful art program focusing on paint, focusing on clay, on beading.
In other words, the individuals do get encouraged to do this.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And another importance that what we have found in the delivery of dementia care is the importance of music. Every patient who lives in our memory care unit has their own playlist on an iPod. And we download that, we talk to the family members, we find what they were very interested in as they grew up, as they matured. We download that music, and in their leisure, they'll listen to it. And at times, sometimes they may get agitated. We put their iPod on them, and they become very relaxed. And we believe also that we bring in lots of top performers to not only put on concerts in the nursing units, but we also use our lavish gardens that you'll see so the families and the patients enjoy the music together.
Wow, so the entire environment is changed to give them a warm and loving home, and they feel comfortable there.
They not only feel comfortable, but they really they have a great quality of life. We feel here at MorseLife that we are setting the gold standard in dementia care. We will be recognized as a national model in the delivery of Alzheimer's care around the country.
You know something that's amazing, but you have been, what should I say, evaluated, and you are supposed to be the top in your class, from what I understand, from what you're doing here, which is quite remarkable.
Yeah, we're very proud of it. We are one of the top senior care organizations in the entire country, and people look at MorseLife to see what we are doing. I just came from a national conference, and people came up to me and said, how are you initiating this product?
And how do you do it
how are you implementing this service line? Have you thought about building this new type of building? And it just makes you, it gives me a great sense of pride. And it's because we have a great community behind us, a wonderful board of directors, and we have, I believe, one of the best staffs in the entire country.
Yeah, well, I tell you something, you did it. When you came here, this place was okay, but now it's terrific. Not only are you taking care of the seniors so tremendously on this campus, but you also are involved with the seniors that are in the entire county, aren't you?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Barbara. We have adapted to the changes in the healthcare arena. And one of the programs that we have started here on this campus is called the PACE program, Program All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. And what's really nice is that there are 13,000 people who live in Palm Beach County who meet nursing home eligibility but choose to stay home. So what they do is elected to become part of our PACE program. We pick them up 2 to 3 times a day. We transfer them right here to our campus. They're seen by the medical director, by our nurse practitioner. They go to therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. They then participate in our adult daycare program. They have meals, and then we are totally responsible for all aspects of their care. So if they have to be admitted to the hospital, we have contracts with hospitals. If they have certain physicians that have specialties that they need to see, we have contracts with them. We have become an insurance product, and what is so wonderful is that the program has grown so tremendously is that now we opened up a second program in conjunction with Temple Sinai in Delray, which is our second PACE site, and we will soon be looking for a third PACE site because we are the exclusive provider of PACE in Palm Beach County. No other provider can provide that service because how we developed our contract, we wanted to make sure that we were the only provider of the PACE program. And if you think about it, PACE is the type of models that the government is looking for because it promotes high quality care at low cost.
And it also keeps them out of nursing homes.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's a very big problem. You know, we're going to listen to 2 amazing, amazing programs that you have, and then we'll come back. Okay? It was wonderful. I love listening to you, really.
Thank you, Barbara.
We'll be back with the remainder of our program right after this brief message.
It was a shock when my smart, strong husband had a stroke. His mind was agile, but everything else failed him. I didn't see how he could possibly recover. But through patience, skill, and compassion, the caregivers at MorseLife brought him back to himself. They brought him back to me.
MorseLife Short-Term Rehabilitation.
MorseLife Health System, honoring senior living.
Our Jewish Federation has accomplished so much, and still needs keep growing. You can help us do even more. Community, like every gift, counts. Together, we can ensure a vibrant Jewish future. Federation and you, changing the world together.
Welcome back, and welcome to you, Stephanie Fraser.
Hi, thank you.
You're the Executive Director of the Memory Care Center here at Morse. Can you tell us a little bit about this new place?
Yes, we are very, very proud of it. We haven't been open a year yet. It's a household model. Everything we do here is set up for the residents to make them feel like they're at home.
It looks very homey.
Yes, it does. Everything that we do on a daily basis, it's all about their choices and what they want and their daily routine. We don't have to say no. Everything we do here, it's all about making sure they have everything that they want and what they did before they came, so it doesn't feel like they're in a facility. We make sure that they have plenty of activities they're engaged in every single day. They get whatever they want to eat. We have a chef here all day long, so we have meals, we have snacks, nobody goes hungry. We have a beautiful outdoor garden for them to go into, so everything here, it's all about letting them do whatever it is that they want to. We don't have to say no.
Do they help prepare with some of the meals if they're inclined, or you don't teach them cooking?
Yes, they do. We have activities that are geared towards letting them help. But when the chef is cooking, a lot of times they just like to sit and supervise.
I would think it'd smell the delicious fumes.
Absolutely. And they like to be the first ones to taste test everything to make sure that it's safe for everybody to eat. So we have bar stools set up where they can watch the chef cook. And so they'll give their input and make sure that they're doing it the way that they would have done it when they were home. A lot of times it'll bring up memories about favorite recipes that they had with their mom, things that they like to do. They definitely will share those memories with the chef while they're sitting there watching, so it's very nice.
What about when the families come to visit? You obviously make this so warm and welcoming that they must feel very comfortable that their loved ones, although they can't live at home, are under such wonderful care.
Absolutely. So we welcome guests all the time. Nobody has to call ahead and let us know that they're coming for a visit because we have the chef right here on the floor. If they come in right before mealtime and say, I just want to sit down and have a meal with mom or dad, we let them sit down at the table and have a meal. We serve them along with the residents so they can enjoy that time. We also have a private room where we do have birthday parties and other functions where big groups of families will come in and celebrate something with the residents, so they get that personalized time with them. They don't have to worry about cooking or cleaning. If they call us and let us know, I want to celebrate mom's birthday, we'll ask what's your favorite cake. We'll make sure we have that cake made and do everything for them, serve them in the private dining room so they get that time with their loved one.
That's really something very, very incredible.
Yes.
You have mentioned I think you have 52 beds here. There must be a waiting list of people that need to utilize these services. Can you tell us some statistics about Alzheimer's and dementia?
Right. So in the last 10 years, we've seen a 40% increase in Alzheimer's. There's over 5 million individuals that have been diagnosed with this terrible disease. We serve all kinds of memory impairment here in our memory care unit. We do have 52 apartments. We actually have more than 52 residents residing here because we do have some spouses that are living together in the unit, so we welcome that as well. We do have, yes, absolutely. So we do have a waiting list. We've been full within a couple of months of us opening. We had everybody moved in.
That's incredible.
Yes, it's a very high need, and we recognize that, and we hope that we can service more in the future. But yes, we have 52 apartments, but more individuals than that residing here now.
Do you have, do you have nursing care units for severe Alzheimer's patients as well?
We do. We have 52 assisted living, but we have over 30 in the nursing section of our memory care. So the whole thing about moving in here at MorseLife Memory Care is you don't have to move out as the disease progresses. If you need nursing care, you can just move into the nursing section where you get the care, the extra care that you need above and beyond what we can provide in assisted living.
Oh, well, you're obviously full service.
Yes, we are.
That's really quite incredible. It really is. Do you also have wonderful music programs for your residents?
We do. So our activity program, we have a very, very wonderful activity program that hits all different stimulations. We have art, we have music. Those are the two big ones that we focus on a daily basis. So as far as the music program, not only do we have entertainers here almost every single day, whether it's during meals to just help provide a calm environment so that everybody sits through the meal, but we also have entertainers that come in at night so that everybody gets to kind of relax in the evening before bedtime, or we will have parties out in the garden. We had a jazz group come and provide live in the garden for all of the residents and the family members. And we also do personalized iPods. So all the residents here get their own iPod when they move in, and we get feedback from the families on what their favorite music is. And one of the other things that's really neat about the iPods is we can actually have families personally record messages on those iPods.
And they listen to it.
And they can listen to it. So if they're getting, upset about different things, and they can put the iPod on and listen to their music or hear their loved ones' voices, it's a wonderful thing. And we're very proud of that because we're able to reduce medication because of those things.
It's very calming. That's wonderful. Well, I must say, Stephanie, it's very difficult for families to deal with Alzheimer's and dementia. And you offer here at Morse such a wonderful, wonderful environment for them. And under your leadership, they're very blessed to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're with Dr. Alan Sadowski, the Senior Vice President of Community-Based Services in a beautiful garden. Welcome, Dr. Sadowski.
So glad to have you here.
You really have a yeoman's job with all of the community-based programs, but your special program, PACE, is stellar. Can you tell us about, first of all, what is PACE?
Well, PACE is an acronym that stands for Program All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. And it started about 3 years ago. It emanated from our strategic plan. And PACE is a way to have people who would otherwise be in long-term care or nursing homes, and they age in place independently with maximum dignity.
That's wonderful. What type of programs do you provide for these individuals?
Well, we provide, PACE requires that you have adult daycare, but we do a comprehensive review of their needs. So we look at their nutrition, we look at their physical well-being, their emotional well-being, we manage their medications, we provide well clinic services, and should they need additional services, if they have to go to a hospital, if they have to go to a rehab center, we provide that as well.
Well, I see all your buses all over the community. I mean, you really cover a wide area, and you offer services to, it's a non-denominational type of provision. How do you charge for this?
Well, PACE is a three-way contract with the government, state and federal, and the buses are wonderful advertising because by definition, the PACE enrollees really can't drive. And so many of them become imprisoned in their homes. So we bring them to the center. Most of them come to the center 2 or 3 days a week. They get to see the doctor, they have their rehab, and they also have fun because it's a real social environment. It's not unusual for people to ask about PACE for their loved one, and they say, yeah, but my mom or my dad, they're not very social. They're not going to want to come to the program.
So how do you entice them?
We don't have to. After a couple of days, they want to know why we're not open at night and Saturday and Sunday. So they really love coming here.
That's terrific. It is. I have your schedule, and you have all sorts of fun activities. But this is a way to keep people who would otherwise be eligible for a nursing home in their home. How long can you?
Well, the government in its wisdom says we'd rather pay the provider and then we provide the services to avoid them living in an institutional setting. And we care for them once they enroll in PACE, typically until they expire. So that could range from a couple of months to several years. We have some people who've been in the program since we opened.
Well, I've heard that this program is expanding by leaps and bounds. You have one in Delray Beach as well?
Well, we tried something that we think is really novel, and to the best that we know, it's the only program of its kind in the country. We took a temple down in Delray Beach and we remodeled it. The temple was fairly dormant during the day, and so it's in an ideal location, and it's in the southern portion of the county where a lot of our enrollees live. And so they now, we remodeled it, had it certified by the state and the federal government. So we opened our second PACE program at Temple Sinai in Delray.
And what about a third one? Is that?
Well, we're thinking about identifying a location for the third site because we think, again, to the best that we know, we're the quickest growing PACE program in the country. And PACE really is a part of our array of home and community-based services that we offer through the MorseLife health system. And
can you talk about some of the other?
Sure, we offer Meals on Wheels and adult daycare and geriatric care management. We have a unique program called Neighbor to Neighbor, where we embed social workers.
That's actually interesting. Talk about that.
Well, you know, the seniors who live, particularly in the gated communities, once they lose the ability to drive, they essentially become imprisoned in these communities. So we put social workers in the communities. They have regular hours. It's built around the concept of neighbors helping neighbors. And when someone needs something, the social workers tend to hear about it first, and we can coordinate their care. Because navigating the system in an environment that's as complicated as South Palm Beach County, as Palm Beach County, is not simple.
Right, I would imagine. How did you get into gerontology?
It really is, I had a very strong, close relationship with my grandparents. If you work in healthcare and you happen to live in South Florida, you're going to work with the senior population. We think that the senior population, the Jewish senior population in Palm Beach County, is probably the quickest growing senior population in America and probably the world. And not only is it the quickest growing population, it's growing on the extreme end of the age spectrum. The 85 plus population, which is a population that we think will triple by the year 2030.
That's a huge statistic.
That's the area that's growing most. That's the area that tends to need our services the most, and that's the population that we target.
And that population is very fortunate to have MorseLife to take care of its needs.
On our campus, there are, at my last count, more than 12 people that we serve who are centenarians, who are more than 100 years old. And it's not going to be too long from now, we're going to be treating super centenarians who are people who are 110 years old.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
You know, I have to tell you something that was marvelous. You should feel so proud. Tell me about the challenge that you see in the near future.
I see a couple challenges. There's I believe that one of the major challenges that we will all face as an industry is the cutback of government reimbursement. I think another challenge is the influx of seniors and meeting their expectations. And I think what's really important is making sure that the staff and the employees that work on this campus and really throughout the industry of long-term care will do and perform their job with great customer expectations.
Yeah. Well, it's obvious that your professionals have the passion you do. It's wonderful to speak with you.
Thank you, Barbara.
I have to tell you something, Susan. That was a wonderful program.
It really was. We are so fortunate to have the Morse in our backyard.
Without question. Thank you so much for being with us. Be with us again next week when we have another look into the Jewish world. Goodbye from Mosaic.